PG-13, the Gilberts, the King, Jerry Lawler. We got a bunch of it today.
Something special to tell you and show you about Far Too Wild coming up here very shortly, too. We'll be back. PG-13 will be arriving.
He goes back to work with him in there. Whip shakes the air. Ice over. Goes under. Tony Williams again. Nice back drop from Tony Williams. Well, look at Tony go, and it's looking a little tough for PG-13 early on here today.
I don't know what the game plan was for PG-13, but it isn't working. Tony Williams and Kip Morris looking mighty, mighty good in the early goings of the match here. They've just had a conference, though. That could be trouble as J.C. Ice comes in. He had a fist double.
Plan A for PG-13 has turned to Plan Z because Tony Williams and Kip Morris look pretty good. Big knee left there from Sir Wolfie D. Stumping Tony Williams in the back there and working him over. Whoopee! Oh, that belly-to-belly suplex lifts him over too, and Tony Williams kicks out. Only a 2 count. Tag on J.C. Ice of PG-13. J.C. recognized Tony Williams. Whips Tony in. And Tony Williams came off and caught that elbow from J.C. Ice. Ice tags his partner, Whoopie D, and his PG-13 teaming up now. Tony catches that double clothesline from the tag team. And the leg from Sir Wolfie D. He'll go for a cover in there now. 1, 2, and Tony lifts the shoulder out.
It's got to be your bad friend.
Only 2 for Wolfie D. Slams Tony Williams down. Whoa. What a move from PG-13. J.C. Ice landed on Tony Williams' cover. Tony gets his foot on the rope.
Boy, if he had been another foot away from the rope, he would have been counted out. But the boot was able to save him there.
And Tony Williams stretching his legs here today, gets it over to that rope. And Wolfie D comes off and sits him now. And goes after him, choking Tony Williams.
Well, I think the conference that PG-13 had out here on the floor a few minutes ago, it was let's double team, let's use the fist, and let's choke. Because that's what we've seen from them, and they have taken solid control of the match.
Now look at that reversal. Whoopie D! DDT, Tony Williams. Boy, he came off with that running DDT and took Tony down. Boy. PG-13 tagging in and out now. Here's J.C. Ice. Big knee lift on Tony Williams. Snaps him over. Front face lock on Tony like that. Holding on to him. J.C. Ice still holding on. Referee Kevin Christian's down there. Second on Tony Williams if he wants to give it up. Tony hanging in. PG whips him in. Tony goes under. Comes back. Nice move from Tony Williams over in the wrong corner, though.
Yep, very nice move, but he needs that tag. He got it. Here's Kip Morris.
Yeah, he did. Here's Morris in. And Kip is going out there. PG-13. Slams down Wolfie D. Boy, everybody's in there now. PG-13, Tony Williams and Kip Morris. Whoopie D's got Morris. Oh, J.C. comes off the rope, hooks the left leg of Kip Morris, and the count is 2. That'll do it. Well, that's all for the High Rollers. PG-13 from the hood get the win over Morris and Williams.
Yep, they get a victory here in rather convincing fashion. Kip Morris and Tony Williams in control early in the match, but then once PG-13, they had that little conference here, and from then it was a different match. When they climbed back into that ring, they took charge, and they walk out of here with a victory. Well, headed this way right now, Lee Womack, and I've got some videotape I'd like you to take a look at if you don't mind here. It involves War Machines and Far Too Wild from Evansville, Indiana. Watch along with us. Far Too Wild in a championship match here. The tag team belts at stake. There, Far Too Wild makes the tag. That's Todd Morton. Todd Morton grabbing both War Machines, heads together. Mr. Womack, I notice you're not saying much about this particular match here.
Well, Jay, let me just tell you one thing. Now, I thought these guys, I'm going to just tell you something. Last Wednesday, them guys went up to Evansville, Indiana, and I didn't think that Far Too Wild would pull the kind of tactics they did. Now, I didn't think I had to go up there because those guys, Far Too Wild, they does not have a manager.
No, they don't. And you see right there, they don't need one. Now, wait a minute.
Now, if you look in the corner of that screen, and if you be a fireman, all you got to do is look in the corner of that screen, and you will see that Bert Prentice went out there and stuck his nose into the match and made my guys lose the title. Now, are you going to let them guys keep the title, or can we get Andy Martin out here and get something changed? Those guys are not keeping that title. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're not keeping the title. I want to get Andy Martin out here, and I want him out here right now, because this kind of stuff, that like what happened in Evansville, Indiana, is not going on out here. Get Andy Martin out here and get him out here right now.
Well, I saw what I thought I saw there was a clean pin in the ring. I did see Bert Prentice around at ringside.
Right now, partner.
That was PG-13.
How are you, brother? Hey, man, look, I heard you was kind of upset because, you had the tag team champions and everything, and now you ain't got the champions no more, man. So, be nice to say, we are the greatest tag team around here.
I don't want to hear this stuff. What are you talking about? I don't want to hear this.
We're the greatest. I tell you what we're going to do for you. I tell you what we're going to do. You want to manage some champions? You want to manage 2 champions? I tell you what we're going to do.
I'm the #1 master here in the U.S.
You don't touch nothing that's in my hand. You understand, friend? I'll tell you what I'll do for you, though. We got a match this week with Far Too Stinky, or whatever the name is, Long Pretty Boy. We got a match with them, and it's for the tag team belts. So I tell you what we'll do. If you want to manage the next tag team champions, you show us how much money you got in your pocket, and we'll let you manage PG-13, pal. But you got to have the green, man. You got to have the green. You got some green, we can talk.
Look, this is
some green, we can talk.
Hey, this is not the place
you ain't got no money, Dave, so shut up.
This is not the place to do the negotiation.
I'm going to tell you, just out here. I'm the #1 master in the USWA.
Do you want to manage the #1 team?
And I don't mind taking you guys back to the back right now, and we'll negotiate a contract, and I will be at ringside.
We're going to talk about this. Come on, bro.
Talk about it somewhere else, please. We're going to be back here. We've got more action coming up. Stay with us. We'll be in action here in just a moment. They're headed this way right now. I did see Bert Prentice at ringside on that videotape from Evansville, Indiana. And here he is right here leading the way as Far Too Wild heads over toward the interview area. We'll get a word or two before they head into the ring and action here. And Bert Prentice, I don't know. We saw the videotape there.
Aren't these fans the greatest people in the world? I've done a lot of bad things in my life to these people and against these people, and I have a lot of making up to do. And I started last Wednesday in Evansville, Indiana, and I'm going to keep on doing it. Dave, I'll come out and admit, I pulled the guy's leg. I'm going to pull a lot of legs because it's time for us to take over the USWA, bring the belts back home where they belong. Jerry Lawler, he's the real champion. You all know that. I'll have to come out here and give a speech. Last week, 2 guys that together weigh 400 pounds went to Indiana and took the World Tag Team belt. Far Too Wild. No one in the world said it could be done. These 2 kids come out here with more heart than you've seen any wrestler have in 100 years. They come out and they wrestled the belts away. You finally got a team you can believe in. And Leach Womack, you want to come out here and Call me names? I'm the king of name calling, honey. Bring it on, because best thing I want to do is knock my fist right upside your head. PG-13, I know where you come from. We can send you back there real quick.
Just like he said, nobody around here believes in us. But Bert Prentice got behind us, Dave. He stood behind us. He believed in us. We're two small guys. They said it couldn't be done. But with these people and this man right here backing us up, we did the unthinkable, brother. That's right.
They've been far too mild. Hell's a poppin'.
Well, Prentice, did I hear him apologize to the fans and say he had a lot of making up to do?
Yeah, I had to check my earpiece on that.
Boy. Bert Prentice with Far Too Wild. The World Tag Team belts being handed out to Bert Prentice for safekeeping. Boy, I find it hard to believe I just said that.
And Prentice takes the tag titles, and boy, he goes immediately out of the area with it. Make sure that Leech Womack, I think you called him.
That's exactly right.
Hold to him.
We're just about set to go here, and referee gives the signal. We are underway with USWA action. This one should be a good one. Far Too Wild going against Ken Raper and the Enforcer, a non-title match.
The champion, Far Too Wild, wrestling out of Nashville, Tennessee. Boy, these guys love to see them wrestle. What excitement they bring. Far Too Wild. Chris Michaels and Todd Morton haven't been in the USWA a long time. Have been wrestling together around in the wrestling arena and came to the USWA and look good and are the tag team champions. Look at this clean break from Ken Raper.
Yeah, he backed away to the center of the ring. Now wants to shake hands. Come on, Todd, be careful. And Todd says, I'm smarter than that.
Hey, Ken Raper with a clean break. Must be Christmas time, but don't take it too quickly.
Todd said, I'm a young wrestler, but I'm not that young.
Raper thanks up Todd Morton over in the corner, and he nails it. Morton got him over there. He's returning the favor, whips Raper, and Kid comes out and a nice backdrop. Quick backdrop from Todd Morton.
Todd Morton served notice on Ken Raper back in the corner. You want to throw a fist at me, I'm going to throw one right back at you.
And he did. That's one foul that Todd Morton upheld because he went to work on Ken Raper over in that corner. Todd Morton. And for that tag team champions and Far Too Wild. Tex Michaels. Double shoulder from Far Too Wild. And Raper is out of there.
Great teamwork. Far Too Wild looking really good here. Ken Raper with a conference with the Enforcer and now climbs back in the ring. The Enforcer's back up on the ring apron where he belongs. You can see him right across the ring here. He hasn't officially been in the action yet.
Van Channing, Far Too Wild. Tag now by Michaels. He whips Raper in. Silserson takes him down. Todd Morton drops the leg. Out of the back neck of Ken Raper. Grabs Raper. Slams him down.
A week ago, we were talking about Far Too Wild and an upcoming championship match that they had and saying, hey, who knows? They might make the War Machines one-week wonders as far as tag team champions goes, but I don't know. I'm not sure we 100% believed it, but they did it. They went to Evansville, Indiana, won the titles, and they are the tag team champions as they stand in the ring right now.
They are. Nice move from Ken Raper to take down Chris Michaels right there. Michaels trying to get on his feet. He does, and Raper picks him off his feet and backs down. Right in the middle of the ring, goes for the elbow and misses. Michaels gets out of the way of that move from Ken Raper. And Raper down, and boy, look at Todd Morton flip over. He's got him covered. Only a 2 count, and Raper kind of leans up and breaks that cover. Far Too Wild, the USWA Tag Team Champion. In today, it's Raper and the Enforcer. The Enforcer gets in. Oh, Todd Morton nailed him with that big left hand and set the Enforcer down.
And Morton again serving notice. You're not going to hit me with a fist and get away with it. Expect it back.
Far too wild, looking good. Takes the enforcer down. Nice standing drop kick from Chris Michaels. He covers the enforcer. 2. Rickberg comes in and kind of breaks the cover.
I think he might have had him for the 3 count, but Raper was on the way, and Chris had to break it quickly to make sure he didn't get nailed from behind by Raper.
Hey, remember, still to come today, we got the Gilberts, Eddie and Doug Gilbert.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're going to be here at action today, and I'm sure that's not all. From the Gilberts. Don Morton covers 2. Here's PG 13.
Oh, no.
Oh, Womack, come on.
These two bleeps on the D's are the champions. PG-13 are the champions, baby.
They're not the champions, and get them out of here, Womack.
Well, apparently Lee Womack has signed a deal with PG-13 because all of them came running into the ring. J.C. Ice with a hubcap.
Hey. Over on the desk, he slams Todd Morton. Midget D's over here choking him. He's in it. PG-13 and Womack come out and jump on Far Too Wild during their bout.
Todd Morton down on the floor under the desk here. He was red. Oh, look at him hitting him with that hubcap. Oh, boy.
Boy, there is Todd Morton under our desk there. And
they're looking for Chris.
I got the champions here, baby. These two bleep wall punks are not no champions.
well, I don't know what kind of deal that PG-13 struck with Lee Womack, but they're all out here. That hubcap, he's got Todd Morton busted open with that thing. Over here beating on him.
They got a big cut opened up on his forehead, hitting him with that hubcap repeatedly. Wolfie D up on the desk, J.C. Ice with a hubcap. Smashing Todd Morton in the forehead.
We got to get some help.
I told you, my boys are the champions. We didn't negotiate the contract. It's all over. Can't nobody stop this. These boys are going back.
We need to get him out of here, Womack. Here's promoter Eddie Marlin.
Here's Eddie Marlin. Get him out of here.
Let's get him out. Come on, Whoopi.
Hey, come on. Put that bell down. Eddie Marlin.
Bert
Bert
Prentice.
Prentice after Lee Womack.
Yeah. Womack taking off over there. Prentice doesn't get a hold to him. Womack is out. But PG-13 continue to beat on Far Too Wild.
Boy, they really blasted him with that hubcap just time after time after time.
Oh, man.
I tell you what, let's just take a break here. We'll be back.
Hey, Lee Womack, you started.
You're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
Ali bin Khan has just climbed up on the ring apron here as we are set to go. And headed this way right now is Brian Christopher. Single match coming up. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. There he is. Christopher headed to the ring. Ollie Ben Khan over in the corner with some sort of ritual that he's going through, and headed this way with a bottle of water and a chair under the other arm is Eddie Gilbert, saying, "You don't mind if I sit in here, do you?" Well, actually, if we had our preference, I suppose the answer would be yes, we do mind. But it looks like we don't have much choice because Eddie Gilbert has joined us at the table here.
Yeah, I guess so.
I can add a little intelligence to the commentary here.
Have it your own way, Eddie, on comments like that. I'm not even going to respond to it. Here we go.
What kind of water?
Brian Christopher. Yeah, I agree with you, Brian. Brian says just make sure you stay over here in this chair, Eddie Gilbert, and don't get into the action.
Isn't it great to be worried about like this and to be someone that is that important that someone would stop in the middle of the match? I just wanted to come out here and take a look at Brian Christopher to exactly explain to everyone what's happened to Brian. Well, last week I was talking about how I took Brian under my wing and he rode on my coattails and just like that right there. You see that move? That was a good move. That wasn't taught him that move. Me. Who? I taught him that move. I taught him everything he knows. You see, let me tell you the problem with Brian.
No, that's not an invitation.
He's learned well, hasn't he?
That's not an invitation. You stay out of the match.
He's learned well, hasn't he? I do that, don't I? I do that, don't I?
Yeah, you do that.
Am I not telling the truth here?
Well, you're at least telling the partial truth.
No, I am telling the truth. The whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Oh, please.
And what I like to also say here is that Brian has this problem now. See, Brian used to be a good kid. But then all of a sudden, Brian started being a little soft on us. And now I see him come out here and do interviews, and he goes, and all this. And he comes around these people out here, and he high-fives them, and he shakes their hand like they can help them, like they can do something for him. I thought he learned a long time ago from me, these people cannot help you.
Well, I disagree with that, and I think Brian does too now.
Hey, how are you going to disagree with me there?
Well, because I think Brian understands, as do so many people. Jerry Lawler has made absolutely no secret of the fact that the fans help him. Their support is important to him.
No, now when you're down and somebody's beating the living daylight, thank you very much. When you're down on the mat and someone's beating the daylights out of you on the mat, those people sitting right out here cannot come in that ring and help you at all. It doesn't matter how many times they see that move.
Yeah, I saw that move.
I patented that move. I invented that move. Yes, I did. Everything that Brian Christopher, the reason why that he is a USWA heavyweight champion right now is because of yours truly, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. If Brian Christopher really told the truth, he wants to be me. He wants to be just like Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. His dream is to be like me. But now he's running around, he's teaming up with Jerry Lawler and all these other people. And what really gets me is this. Everyone in this area knows that I am the man that will be the one to beat here. And it seems like to me that Brian Christopher is taking it upon him. What happened there? Did Brian hurt his leg?
I think he
didn't do the move right. See the way I taught. If he'd done it the way I taught him, he would have done the move right. And what he is trying to do is take a shortcut now and trying to take my place. He is wanting Jerry Lawler to hand over to him what is rightfully mine, and that is that crown of this area, being at the top of the totem pole. He is running around with him, riding in the car with him. He carries his bags for him. He drives his vehicle for him. He's his bodyguard for him. And now he's trying to take what is rightfully mine. And if he quit worrying about these people and wrestle the way that I taught him to wrestle, You want to talk sometime, Dave?
Well, I don't know that it would do any good because anything I would say would not necessarily agree with what you have just been saying here. And I don't believe that you taught Brian Christopher everything he didn't know.
But Dave, I remember when Brian Christopher came out here and would cackle and laugh and say bad things about Jerry Lawler, about people, and you would go, Brian, I can't believe you said that. And now you're sitting here condoning everything that he does when you know that people like myself and my brother Doug are the greatest tag team in wrestling today, and it's just, all there is just a few short days and weeks away from Eddie and Doug Gilbert becoming the USWA Tag Team Champions, no matter who it is. Did you see that move there?
I saw that move, and you have to prove in the ring that you are the greatest tag team or single wrestler, and so far, that hasn't been done.
I haven't proven to you I'm the greatest single wrestler. Am I not? Oh, see this off the top rope deal here? I remember getting to Louisville, Kentucky one time early. You know we go to Louisville sometimes during the week. And we get to Louisville, and I got up there early and taught him that move right there off the top, and he gets the 3 count. 1, 2, 3. I told you, he got it, didn't he?
Well, that's an excellent
But you know what?
you made there, Eddie. Now look, the match is over.
You know what? There's one problem. There's just one problem, Dave. You may be able to beat this little punk here, and you may run around and carry Jerry Lawler's bags for him and everything, but one thing for sure, brother, you ain't seen on your best day that you could beat me. So why don't you just mosey on down here right now, and why don't you take a part of me, huh? Well, you want some of me, huh? Yeah, I'll go in there,
Yeah, Brian says, why don't you come in the ring?
You're the big one. You're a cheerleader. You want to see who the greatest single wrestler is in the USWA?
Well, you claimed you're
saying that I'm not? Well, I'm going to prove to you that I am right now.
If you are, you have to prove it in the ring, not out here talking to us. The referee is still here. And if Eddie Gilbert wants to climb in that ring, I don't see Brian Christopher leaving. He's waiting for him. He said, come right on in, sir. I've just wrestled a match and won it. Oh, look out. Eddie Gilbert pulls his feet out from under him, gets him down here on the floor, runs him into the ring post. Oh, no.
Hot stuff goes up to Brian Christopher right now. Over to the other side. And look at Christopher. 45 smells Eddie Gilbert. Here comes Doug. I know he went far away. He jumped in into the Gilbert double team Brian Christopher.
And we got 2 against 1, both the Gilberts against Brian Christopher.
Oh, Christopher went under. The King, Jerry Lawler, comes out and the Gilberts hightail it away.
Yep.
They're gone.
All of a sudden, the best, the greatest tag team leaves quickly for their dressing area. There went the Gilberts. Jerry Lawler out, and once it was evened up, they wanted no part of Lawler and Christopher. We'll be back with more action coming up. Doug scheduled in action, and that's right, scheduled this time in a tag team match coming up. Their opponents should be arriving just about any moment, and the Gilberts, I'm sure, looking ahead toward a victory here today. They always consider themselves a favorite. You heard Eddie out here screaming that they're the best tag team anywhere around. He's the best single wrestler anywhere around. We'll find out here today as they are scheduled to go in action right here in the ring in just a moment. And as a matter of fact, let's see if we can get somebody out here and get things underway. Here comes the referee. Here come the Gilberts. Eddie says he's got something to say. Well, I'm sure he does. Eddie and Doug Gilbert, guys, you got a match coming up here.
You know what, Dave Brown? Brian Christopher's got a little problem. And you know what it is? If he thinks he's a big man, and he's not. What he is a little man in a big ocean. And when you get in the ring with myself and my brother, no matter who you have with you, what you got to deal with is very hot stuff. Tell him, Eddie.
Dave Brown, I got something to say, and I want everyone out there, I want all these churches over here to be quiet a second. I want everyone out here at TV land to listen to me, and listen to me good. I came back here for one reason and one reason only. And that was because Brian Christopher turned on my family. He turned his back not only on my brother by jumping him from behind here a few weeks ago, but he turned his back on me. He turned his back on my father, my mother, my grandparents, everybody in the Gilbert family, because we took him in. We took him in as one of our own. And when we take somebody, and when we like them, and we want to help them, we'll do anything for them. So Brian Christopher, what I want you to do, and Dave, you listen real good, and you relay this message to him if you see him anymore. I want you to go and find the biggest, the baddest. I tell you what, dude. Why don't you go and dig up Andre the Giant? That's who you're going to need. That's what you're going to need when you get in the ring with Eddie and Doug Gilbert. Because from now on, there have been people that have come, there have been people that have gone, and I've seen them all. But the Gilbert brothers are here to stay, not to play. You've seen the rest. Now, you're going to see the best. Right now.
Right now, they head to the ring. Eddie Gilbert, Doug Gilbert, not really concentrating too much on the match here today, I don't believe. They are looking ahead to that match involving Brian Christopher.
Hey, leave that
Come
stuff
on
alone,
now,
Eddie.
Eddie.
Come
Leave that
on, would
alone.
you?
Have a little respect. Referee calls for the bell, and T.D. Steele is in here to go against Doug Gilbert as we get underway.
Eddie Gilbert out here running his mouth. Boy, I tell you. He can get under your skin, I'll tell you that. Charlie Laird in, and Laird, and against Doug Gilbert. Gilbert takes him and throws him right out of the ring. There's Laird out on the floor. The Gilberts, Eddie and Doug, running loud and Steele, and he suplexes Charlie Laird right on that concrete floor.
Hey, I want you to think of that man right there, the little star on the back of his pants. That's as close to the star as he's going to come. That is Brian Christopher hitting the floor right there. And that's whatever partner he wants. Maybe that's old Bearcat Brown or somebody like that over there. Maybe it's even Jerry Lawler if he's got any guts.
Well, Eddie, you can say that that's Brian Christopher all you want to, but it is not. To take nothing away from Charlie Laird. Charlie Laird is a young wrestler. He doesn't have that much experience. And he certainly isn't Brian Christopher. But I tell you what, he's certainly beat up by the Gilberts here.
Yeah, he is getting that. Eddie Gilbert holding on to his left arm. And the Gilbert brothers wrestling out of Lexington, Tennessee. Hanging in and out. Dirty Doug Gilbert on top of Charlie Laird and holding on to him. We still got to come today. The King, Jerry Lawler, coming up here today on USWA Wrestling.
Hey, brother, you watch this right here. We're better than the Funk brothers. We're better than the Briscoe brothers. There's no brother combination in wrestling better than these.
Well, that's the word from Doug Gilbert. Better than any brother combination in wrestling. I don't know.
Well, they are tough.
Been several great brother combinations.
Sure have.
Talk about Harris brothers. They talk about the Funk. Any brothers. Steiners. Whole bunch of them. You name them, and we're the best, says Eddie Gilbert. Well, they have great confidence in their own ability. But I caution you, fans, this team that they're going against today is not the same team that they got that next match scheduled against, with Brian Christopher being one of the participants.
Eddie Gilbert takes down Charlie Laird, and he's holding on to Laird. Still got that left arm twisting that arm. They've been working over that arm.
They've been doing a good job of keeping Charlie Laird in the action, away from the tag on T.D. Steele. T.D., of course, the more experienced of the two over in that corner. Try to keep Charlie in there as best they can, and they've done it for just about the entire match.
Yeah, I think T.D. started and got the tag on Laird, and it's been all Laird for his team. Going up against the Gilbert brothers. No easy task for Brother Charlie Laird as he stands in, and Doug Gilbert sets him up. In the air, still holding on to it. Touchdown. High and down suplex for Charlie Laird.
He's been suplexed on the floor, in the ring, all over the building here today.
Yeah, by the Gilbert brothers, and it's Eddie Gilbert coming in. Sets up Laird. Kind of dumps him off, and Doug gets him down 2-3. That'll do it. It's over with for Charlie Laird finally. Boy, I know Laird is about glad this thing is over with because he's taking a beating.
The match is over with, but now Eddie Gilbert throws him out of the ring down on the floor, adding insult to injury.
Yeah, that's all.
Gilbert drops down with his boot across the back of his neck. Eddie and Doug Gilbert, they are not happy. They are looking toward Brian Christopher in the next match, but they did get a victory here today. We'll be back with more action coming up. Today, we're going to try to get it going for you and have wrestling action as long as we possibly can here on USWA today. We've got the King scheduled to go, and he's been out here running his mouth from time to time, and far too often, I guess, we see Reggie B. Fine running his mouth. Here he is right here in the company of Sweet Georgia Brown and Lee Womack today, and Reggie's got to climb in the ring, and here's the man that he is going to be going against. He is going to be going against the King himself, Jerry Lawler. Get ready, Reggie B. Fine. Now, don't tell me you didn't know. You didn't know who your opponent was. You ought to check the booking sometime, Reggie. That's right.
He wants to keep that front door up now.
Yeah, Reggie's not sure he wants to stay in there now. All of a sudden, he's going to be going against the King. We've got expiration of time action scheduled here today. Single action to wrap things up. A lot of folks over here in the corner. Reggie B. Fine, I don't like the looks of that. Sweet Georgia Brown and Lee Womack all over in the corner.
You know what, Corey Michael? I got Reggie B. Fine.
Corey Macklin, Lee.
And now I got the USWA will be Monday night champions, partner. Will be Monday night.
Well, we'll see coming up this week what they'll do, Womack. If it's Monday night, Tuesday night, or Wednesday night, whatever it is, they'll be in the ring, and we'll see what your team will do down there. Lee Womack over here running his mouth, and we're ready to go with this about to the expiration of time.
Lee's not too sure of a lot of things. He's not too sure of what day it is. He's not too sure of names.
Look at there. Sweet Georgia Brown holding Lawler's sights over here.
Oh, look out. Lauren Davenport grabbed Sweet Georgia Brown as Sweet Georgia Brown was interfering in the action.
She's going after her out there. And Georgia running around the ring there, Sweet Georgia Brown. Lauren Davenport still after her.
Lee Womack stepped up on the ring apron to say something to the referee to distract him, I think, and Lawler saw him and just popped him. Now everybody's down on the floor except the King. He and the referee, the only two still in the ring. Lauren Davenport telling the referee why she's out there because Sweet Georgia Brown was interfering.
Sweet Georgia Brown is saying she's not supposed to be out here.
Yeah.
That's her complaint. There's Lauren Davenport. She is still over in the corner of the King, and Georgia Brown has got his tights again.
Holding him back in the corner so Reggie can work on it.
Lawler sends Reggie B. Fine down. Reggie crawls and gets out of there.
When the going gets tough, Reggie leaves. And there he goes. He's going all the way out of here. He's gone.
When the going gets tough, Reggie B. Fine gets going. And he is almost counted out. I don't think he'll make it in time, Dave. No, he doesn't.
That's it. The King wins it. Reggie B. Fine says, I'm not going to stay in here for that. I am leaving. And the victory goes to the King, Jerry Lawler, giving assist to Lauren Davenport over in the corner for keeping Sweet Georgia Brown out of the action.
Reggie took off like the road runner. Boy, he got out of here.
Man, he's out of here. He's gone. He says, count me out. I don't care. We'll be back here. We're going to check the situation. We'll return after this. right here.
For Gaylord and Anthony. It's been all Bruise Brothers in this one. These guys are working. The winners of this bout would get a shot at the USWA Tag Team titles. As well, they're both got Mike Anthony over there. They whip him into the road. And they put that big boot on Mike Anthony. He's got Anthony covered. 1, 2, 3. Got him. Run it down Harris. The Bruise Brothers get the win in 3 minutes and 42 seconds. And they throw Gaylord over the top rope over there. There goes TD still over the top rope. Oh, my goodness. In 3 minutes and 46 seconds, the Bruise Don Harris gets the win. Now, if we can just get some order, it'll be all right in here as the Harris brothers continue jumping on Anthony and Gaylord in there. We're ringing a bell. They got Mike. Oh, look at that. They got him tied up in those top ropes over there. Hey, come on. Running Don Harris. Yeah. They got Mike Anthony tied in the rope. Hey, TD got him tied in the ropes over there. Got Jeff Gaylord out. TD still has been thrown over the top rope. Gaylord gets up, and they threw Jeff out of there again. Running Don Harris. Oh, they now referee TD still. Here comes promoter Eddie Marlin out. TD is out. Eddie's trying to get him out of here. Yeah, Eddie. Bruise Brothers. Bruise Brothers. Stop right now. You'll be suspended and fined. Bruise Brothers. Don't hit him again. You'll be suspended and fined. Both of you, I'm telling you, get out of that ring and leave him alone. Bruise Brothers running Don Harris. Told by promoter Eddie Marlin, don't touch him again or you'll be fined and suspended. As Eddie warns him. As Eddie takes off, hey, leave the pipe, come on, would you?
We're going to be back next week with more of the greatest wrestling action you will see anywhere from the USWA. We hope you'll be joining us at that time. Until then, for Corey Macklin, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of USWA Championship Wrestling.